Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. We're talking about Chucky, Season 3, Episode 3, entitled Jennifer's Body. And, you might be able to hear it, but I do have a cold, so I'm going to sound a little nasally. I may cough every once in a while. I do have a beverage here to help my throat. Cold will go away, man. Anyway, this episode, interesting. It's inherently what it is it's a flashback episode, setting everything up for what we've already seen this season. And I'm sitting here watching this going, should this have been the first episode? Why are we doing this in the middle of the season? Especially, this does nothing to move the plot we already have going. It goes back and it tells us things we need to know, like what happened. I heard some complaints like we left here and now we left at point A and we're all the way at point Q. And so we gotta have to make up those. Go from A to Q. And it does do that. We find out where some characters are. So we start off last January. And so in my review for season 2, I said that they ended in Vegas. Apparently that was New York City. I didn't realize that. I thought it was Vegas. I don't know. But we start where it left off, in the hotel room. And it's weird because the flashback, this feels like it should be the first episode. I'm just saying. Or season 3. It should be the first episode of season 2. The Bell doll is Chucky, comes out, and all that, and before Chucky can do anything, because the big question is, well, why, what happened? Chucky was going to kill Tiffany. Well, the cops burst in and arrest Tiffany, or Jennifer Tilly, for the murders. How they found her, I don't know. At first I'm like, is it Nika? But the look on Nika's face when she's being arrested is of surprise. So I don't know. They just found her. Maybe when she checked into the hotel, someone recognized her. I don't know. But, excuse me. Yeah. Caroline somehow gets away with Chucky even though she is there. Maybe they run off when the cops come in. I don't know. It's all done very quick. But they get away and they go into a cab. But Nika does try to follow her. But she gets to the subway steps. And they end up going into a cab. The cab is driven by Kenan Thompson. Chucky kills Kenan Thompson. And of course, I yelled out, why? I don't know, but I was freaking out. He's kidding. And then he stabs in the throat or something. Yeah. And it's funny because they don't do the Chucky opening animatic thing. You kind of hear the music in the background and you get all the little credits popping up here and there. Who the stars are. After he kills Kenan Thompson, it pops up special guest star Kenan Thompson. And then Scotty almost got pissed because we cut to Andy's apartment. We see that Chucky, he's just sneaking around in Andy's apartment, and he shows up, he knocks Andy unconscious, and then when Andy comes to, he's tied to his bed, and Chucky's sitting over him with a big knife, like this. Right? And Caroline is with him. Of course, she has the Voodoo for Dummies book. And then Chucky starts to kill Andy. And I am begging, praying for this to be some kind of dream or nightmare or anything. And finally, it showed to be Chucky's dream. Thank God. I would have, how many fans would have been so pissed if you had killed Andy off? I mean, come on, that is just bullshit. He's been all through that since 1988. All that bullshit did I like that? Thank God it was a dream. Although, for some reason, the behind-the-scenes thing, we're acting like it wasn't a dream, but it was. Oh, Chucky's been dreaming of this for a long time, and now he finally gets to do it. But it was a dream. It was a dream. Unless they weren't aware that it was a dream when they were filming it, so... But it was a dream. But Chucky wakes up from this dream. And he finds out that something is going wrong with him. He's starting to age. He's getting some gray in his hair. His hands are looking kind of wrinkly. Something's going on. He goes to the doctor's office, and the doctor looks familiar, like I've seen him in something before. I can't picture what. I keep seeing he gets killed, and he's like, well, I don't know. I tried looking it up, but I couldn't figure it out. I swear I had seen him before. I know it was another Chucky movie or something, but I swear I had seen him before. Anyway, we do cut to the trial with Jennifer Tilly, where everyone is going over the crazy stuff that she did. You know, with everyone telling what happened with her. When Nika hits the stand, though, they say that it is peculiar that Jennifer Tilly has pled guilty to all the murders from the past 2 seasons with Chucky, but also the murders of her family from back at Curse of Chucky. So, does that also mean that she's taking the blame for the kills in Cult of Chucky as well? Because that's a lot of kills. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot. Meanwhile, Chucky finds out that, yes, he is dying. He's getting old and rapidly because of voodoo. He's going to die. There's like a voodoo hospital. I guess. I don't know. This is where it gets a little into the goofy territory, but I kind of liked it. A voodoo hospital. Why the fuck not? That's what the doctor says. He's getting old, and eventually he's told that he has to do a voodoo curse thing. We find out that the exorcism from last season did something to him that Damballa no longer, wants anything to do with Chucky. Like it denounced Damballa or whatever, which is weird because Tiffany was still able to use the voodoo spell to put him into that body. So I don't know, but there's a connection to the voodoo, the exorcism in the last season. So now he is aging rapidly. Despite the fact that we have not seen any of that. And they explain that, too. They do explain that. Back at the courthouse, though, the lawyer tries to get Tiffany off the hook by saying that she is crazy cuckoo pants. By having her confess to the fact that she is Tiffany Valentine inside the body of Jennifer Tilly. She basically outlines the whole plot of Bride and Seed of Chucky, basically, and tells them what happened, and all so that they can plead insanity. But I feel like what fucks us up is that she keeps saying, I'm innocent by way of insanity. I'm innocent by way of insanity. If you keep saying it out loud, that is telling them you are trying to get off the hook. You are lying through your teeth to get off the hook. So it's not helping your case. Of course, she's told to be guilty, and she's going her her penalty is, her sentence is death by lethal injection. Is that even legal? Do they still do that? I thought they abolished the death penalty a long time ago. Do they have the death penalty in New York, or I guess it's New Jersey, right? Do they have the death penalty there? I don't know. As they go to take Jennifer out, though, Nika is there and says some things that probably should have, got her in a little hot water. I don't know. They're talking about Gigi. They're mentioned again, and and yeah. So Chucky. So it's not told to us on screen, but Chucky basically tells Caroline he's got to kill 6 people in a place that is evil. So he goes to Amityville house, which they show them coming there by cab. Amityville's on a fucking island. You have to take a boat to get there. Remember the end of the Amityville movies? The original one remake? They leave on a boat. Yeah, a boat. You can't take a fucking taxi cab there. I feel like I forgot that, but it's on an island. You gotta take a boat to get there. Yeah, we cut to the courtroom, then we come back, and Chucky has somehow killed everyone in the house. And I feel like what Chucky says, that this place isn't evil enough. What he tries to do, it doesn't work. Because I forgot to mention, he does try to put his soul into Caroline, and she wakes up. You think she's gonna be pissed, and she's like, I read this book from front to back, and I could have told you it wasn't gonna work. I could have told you that wasn't gonna work. But yeah. Drink. Sorry. He does this, and he can't get the spell to work, so where's it go? Apparently, the White House is more evil than the Amityville house, although you can take that as, oh, it was a hoax, like people were saying. It is. Personally, I believe it, but, to each their own. There was all a hoax. There's not really anything evil there. But the White House, and he justifies this by saying, well, the people who lived in this house have been caused a lot of deaths all around the world for years. Because they said, well, no one's even been murdered in that house. Well, now they have. So the counting that he's been done, we know now there's 3 down, 3 to go. And it's not specifically anyone in particular. It's 6 people all together. So, yeah. So we know that the Secret Service man, Teddy, is 1. Secretary is 2, and Miss Fairchild is a 3. I think I said Miss Fairweather last time. Fairchild. We get her again in this, and again, I feel like this was technically should have been the first episode. But we see how the kid got the Chucky doll. He shows up. He and Caroline have a little hug. He says this line about how I made a joke. He's like, you know why I killed your dad? Because I was jealous. Because he had a great kid. And she hugs him, and I'm like, yeah, Lexi, she's one great kid. This is a joke. I said that. But, yeah, so Chucky drops himself off at the graveyard when they're visiting Joseph's grave, and that they were doing their studying, We don't really know where Caroline is now. She's at whatever place they were staying at, wherever that was. There's the house with 2 beds, I don't know. But, and when he first woke up after the killing Andy scene, I was thinking, oh, is this back in the White House now? Are we flipping forth? No, we're not. The whole thing is a flashback. So everything is all set up now. They get to keep the doll and everything, and yeah, basically explain all the backstory which, like I said, they should have started off with this episode. Why go out of order with this? Especially since next week is the mid-season finale, right? Imagine if this was the 4th episode. But no, next week is the Halloween episode, because Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I don't know why it's called that, but well, you get some kind of revelations. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that they weren't, if this was meant to be the first episode of the season, they weren't done editing it yet. They had finished episode 2, so they made that the first episode. Because there's something, when they show, they take a great deal not to show the White House first, and then they show it, and there's this music like da 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 or whatever type music. But then I thought about, well, the first episode they pan out to show it's the White House, so they could have edited that shot into the episode. I don't know. But yeah, I thought this was decent. It might have been better because, we get to go back, Andy's not dead, by the way. It was a dream. I'm telling you, it was a dream. Andy better come back at some point. He was talking to Kyle on the phone. Although with that being a dream, that doesn't really mean anything. But, yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave in the comments. Let me sure like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty. And I'll see you in the next one.